Good to see you.
Alright there, Revenants, welcome back to Code Vein and the Road to 100, episode 292. Can you believe we're coming up on 300 here in a little bit? And today what we're going to be running here in the underground, just to kind of run a little bit here, we're going to be running status effects, and this will be the run of halberds, so we'll be investigating a whole bunch of halberds, basically all of them. As we go through here, we may skip over the Damarung a little bit because we already did some Damarung videos, but we'll see. We'll probably fit it in again here somewhere. So for this first set here, as we run through the underground, we're going to be running a slow halberd, and with debuff buildup, it comes initially with a value of 20 here. With debuff buildup, it's a 20% increase, so you get an extra 5 added on, and then you can use what is this? No, binding mark and a slow cartridge, and you can get that value on your halberd here to 100. So you'll have a huge increase in how you apply slow. And as you see here, will be normal mobility, but we'll have gift prowess, a gift accelerator, and then we'll have Eva along for another gift accelerator. So we should be pretty quick on all three of our active weapon gifts here. Now, what we're going to be trying to go for is get focused when we can dodge enemies, or we can block enemies or different things. And the reason being is that if we get focused, we also apply 72 to our Venom value. So you see here that we have 0, and if we try and get Venom in different ways, this buff right here, while you're focused, is as good as a Venom weapon. Let's see here. It's actually better than a Venom weapon with Venom Mark and debuff buildup. So if we go like this, you'll notice here that we are at 62 with 3 gifts active. 1 and the chrome on here, and then Venom Mark. And that is worse than just Venom buff by itself. So let me show you here. Okay. So and it's the same for the stun buff. Also, it adds 72, but it is not affected by debuff buildup. So if I take debuff buildup on or take it off or put it on, it's the same value. So you can ignore that here. So we'll go back to our halberd. We'll go back to binding mark here, and we'll keep these here, and we'll take off. We'll take it off so you can see the value. So now we're at 0 on Venom. Let's head over here to our friendly friend, and we'll see how this operates. So we have to dodge this guy a couple times, but that's okay. 1, and this is really incredible because as you don't have Venom on your weapon, in the event that you get focused like that, you're able to basically apply a whole lot of Venom at the same time. So now we have 72 on our Venom value. So that's really incredible. Now it does last only for a short time here, but we have focus carnage, so that way as we're attacking, we're not using as much of the focus bar. Now if we really wanted to maximize this, we would go for maintain focus, but because they will be getting poisoned or slowed very quickly because of that huge amount of poison and slow that we'll have on our halberd here, we won't really need that. So now if we put debuff buildup on, you'll notice that it will be 72 yet again. So let's check here. Okay, and that is really great that you can have like a secondary status effect, kind of in the event that you don't have it as your primary status ailment. So if we look here again, and our value is 72, even though debuff buildup is on, so it ignores debuff buildup, but that's okay, because then we have a poison cartridge here, and our value goes up to 109. So very high, just for those two having a Venom cartridge and Venom buildup or Venom buff. And that's really important, because if you're trying to get a lot of Venom out on someone quickly and easily, this is a very fantastic way to do it, because most of the enemies have pretty telegraphed weapon attacks, and you can dodge those fairly easily. And you could go for something here like Savvy Evasion, so you only dodge 3 times to get focused. But I'm choosing to go this route because as we get focused, we'll probably be doing a lot of weapon attacks to hopefully do the poison while we're in that moment of having Venom buff active on our weapon. So this time it'll be kind of a fast, hard-hitting status ailment, and let's go. So Eva will be along with us for the quickness in our gifts, and we have a huge amount of I-Core recovery on our Ruinous Chevalier here at 1.5, which is about 13.5 that we have available to us. So as we run over here, we'll get all our I-Core back, so we'll be able to use a weapon attack or something like that, like this. And the thing about the Queenslayer Halberd here is that you'll notice that on the card it says that it's a slash and a pierce weapon. So it's slash for everything it does. Everything. So this attack, slash, the entire suite here, all slash weapons. The heavy attack, slash, the charge heavy, slash, it's all slash. However, it does have one attack that does piercing damage, and it is the alternate light, because it pokes with the end, and that is guaranteed a piercing attack. So if you're going up against an enemy that's weak to pierce, then you definitely want to go for that attack. And it does have knockdown, as you saw there, built into that attack. So it's very, very good. If you happen to put that attack into someone, you will absolutely knock them down. And as you see there, we can make people slow. And then we get our 25% increase in our value. Okay, and it's an advancing attack as well. So an advancing attack with an advancing attack with a knockdown built into it. That's what I'm trying to say. Good grief. It's very, very, very beneficial. Okay, so let's oops. I'm trying to get over here so we can get a backstab. If we can. Okay. Now we're okay. Now we're focused, but we're just getting slapped around here for no reason. Okay, and we almost got some poison on this guy, but no guarantee there. So that was kind of dumb how we ran into that, but oh well. And as you see, we'll have to get a bunch of backstabs here to ensure that our I-Core cap goes very high. So this is a no resting kind of a build, but it's pretty cool because you have really good reach, really good range. You have really good damage, and you're able to really do things like that where you can get a huge amount of damage. Okay, Eva's just slaughtering everything, and you're able to get a whole lot of damage out on the enemy quickly. And since the first attack of the Queenslayer Halberd does a 90% modifier of your damage, it's great to start out with that alternate heavy attack, or that alternate light attack, because that way you can knock the enemy down and follow up with your regular regular attacks like this, and get the heavier damage instead of the lower damage at the beginning. So it's kind of a nice way to mix up the attack pattern. But again, if you're just going for all out damage, you start out with that and you get a knockdown. It's really good to be able to get that knockdown. And in the event that you need I-Core, you just go for a backstab, and it all comes back to you in huge amounts. So really great. And then we have Severing Abyss for our 5 times damage multiplier on our weapon here. Okay. And we have really wide sweeping strikes in the Queenslayer Halberd, and that gives you the ability to kind of clear enemies around you. So that's really nice to have that ability. Okay, and we'll kill that fellow. Whoops. Okay, I don't know what Eva's doing here, but that's okay. And it's nice to have 2 different alternate types of damage on your weapon at the same time. So we do have slash, and we do have pierce. So that's really nice to have 2 different forms of damage. Oh, we missed this guy. And the reason being is that certain enemies you'll fight against, they will have different forms of resistances and weaknesses, and so if you can do the appropriate attack versus the guy with the appropriate weakness, then you'll be able to. Oh, Eva killed that guy. Then you'll be able to do the appropriate damage and do more damage actually, because you'll know your enemy and you'll know your weapon attack that's actually active. Now this does change a little bit here with Chariot Rush, because Chariot Rush is going to be able to take very good use of that piercing damage, because it uses the front of the halberd to poke into people, and so because of that, it actually is a piercing attack in the first and third strikes, but not in the not in the second strike in the middle. So you want to make sure that you are using Chariot Rush against pierce weak enemies, not like this guy. And that guy's weak to slash, but we were doing pierce against him, so that was not good on our part, but that's okay. Okay, and let's go for this fella, and then the big guy will get up and he'll run around, but that's okay, because we will be ready for him. Oops. Oops. Maybe not. If I can't hit this guy. Okay, I can't hit him for some reason. Whoops. Okay, this guy is out of control here. Okay, now he's slow, so we should have an okay time there taking him down. Okay, and I know these are just the basic lost, and this will get much worse later on, obviously, but I just wanted to kind of outline how nice it is that if you're getting focused versus Oliver, and if you're using status effects versus Oliver as well, because he has a 25% weakness to piercing, Chariot Rush and our alternate light attack there will be really useful against him to do really good damage. And then while he's debuffed with poison or slow, we will be able to have that 25% increase in our damage as well. So all the multipliers will be multiplying hugely in our favor for that event. So the only thing we can't do right now is to heal Eva, so that's kind of a problem here, but that's okay. We'll make it through. Okay, let's take some water. Okay, and let's head on our way. So it's good to be back in the road to 100 here, and we're actually going on our way, so we can talk about these things, and we can go through. Eva, get out of the way, so we can go through each of the gifts again. Okay, and that is obviously, as you know, the goal of the road to 100 is to go through each and every gift. Whoops, that changed the timing of the parry, and that was definitely a problem as it slashed me in the face. So that is also the problem with slow, is that you have to get used to the new timings of the enemy, and if you're used to a certain parry timing or whatever, then it can be a problem, as you saw there, because we weren't able to actually time it correctly. Okay, so now we can get a super jump on this guy and then poke him off the edge. Okay. Ouch. That did not. I did not expect that guy to hit me so hard, but that's okay. And we'll just poke him here pretty well. Now, Chariot Rush is a very quick gift, but it can be even faster when you pair up with Eva, and when you have gift prowess and gift accelerator and everything going. Okay. And these slimes are pretty annoying, but that's okay. We'll take care of them right quick. Now you can see that you know, we take damage increasingly drastically because of, you know, being at max difficulty, but we'll see here on Oliver how we get focused, and if we can get focused, and how we do with our weapon buffs and everything, and how everything operates. So we should be able to obviously take Oliver down, but we should be able to take him out pretty simply here. And if we get focused, we will have that 72 plus the 37 from our cartridge, so he should be able to get poisoned very easily. and we should be able to get him slowed and get focused here pretty easily. Okay. And you'll notice that, oops, that we want to be doing the poking attacks while he's slowed. Okay. And you'll notice that those poking attacks do huge amounts of damage to him because he's weak to pierce. Oops. Okay. Nice. Okay. And doesn't look like he's gonna get focused here. That's okay. And we can just keep poking him, and you just continue to poke him with that attack, and you don't really need to worry about too much because the amount of damage that comes out of that attack is 140% increase in your damage. And so even here at 1257 times 1.4 times his 25% resistance weakness in the first phase, we're doing about 2200 or so. And then let's see, so all the multipliers as they go, we've got 1257 times, let's see, let me get the notepad up.
Just take it easy. Make yourself at home.
Where's the notepad? Here we go. And that's not what I want. I want this. Where's notepad? There we go. Okay, and we'll make it a little bit smaller here. Here we go. Okay, there we go. Okay, so our damage when he gets attacked is about 1257. Can you guys see that? Let's make it as big as we can here. There we go. So 1257 times let's see, times 1.25 for his weakness, and then that's multiplied by 1.4 for the damage coming out of that poking attack, times times his weaknesses to lightning and fire, and plus another 0.2, and then this would then be multiplied by another 1.25 when he's damaged, or when he's status debuffed. So then that would equal on one attack here, that would be in the 1.4, so about 3850, 3849.5625 is what that comes out to. And so if you'll notice here, that's just for one basic attack in your kit. And if you're playing this on the regular difficulty, that would only amount to 4 attacks, and Oliver would die in 4 attacks on the base game at 0-star minimum difficulty. So you can see just how devastating that is to him for this setup here. So remember, this is his weakness to pierce. This is the alternate light attack. These are his status or his element weaknesses to lightning and fire, and then the opportunism 25% increase to your damage. So that's a pretty hefty number out of one basic attack, is almost 4,000 damage. That's really good to have something like that available. So the Queenslayer Halberd is not really, the greatest halberd in the world, but it definitely can be used in a really good way. And here with Warrior, as you have really low stamina, you have to hit hard and quick with that first attack that you get against an enemy, just because of the fact that you don't have a lot of stamina. You have one of the worst staminas in the game here with Warrior, and so in order to make up for the reduction in your stamina, you have to make up for it in the amount of damage that you can actually do. And that is kind of one way that you can go about it. And we didn't really get focused too much to actually apply poison to someone. So let's go back there and see, and just see how how that would operate. Because like I said, I mean, most of the enemies will probably be dead by the time... Oh, we can't teleport yet. They'll probably be dead before you actually apply the Venom debuff and everything. So that's kind of unfortunate. But that's the way it rolls. Okay,
It'll take a while
let's
to
go
get the
see.
results. Take it easy on the
Let's go see
boomstick
if we
while you
can
wait.
find a guy to see just how much venom buildup that actually applies, because 72 is a pretty high number, as we saw, compared to uh, Venom Mark and having some of those abilities.
My theory is correct. Well, here goes.
Yeah. Come on, Louis. Hurry up. So this set here with Warrior, again, it will definitely fall off in usefulness and availability in the later levels and stuff. But here at the beginning, it's a great ability that you can go for, because it's pretty hard hitting. And even later on, if you're good enough at dodging away from folks and stuff, it can definitely be pretty hard hitting in the end of it all. So let's go here, because we have that big guy that drops down, and we'll go ahead and see if we can um, get focused from him. And again, if you just need to block an enemy, remember that you need 20 blocks in order to get focused, and there's no way to increase that, so you just have to block 20 times. But let's see here if we can indeed get focused from this guy. And we'll have to dodge everything here. Okay, there's two. We gotta dodge again. Okay. Oh, okay, now we're focused. So there's the venom buildup and 2 hits on this guy, and now he's slowed. So now we can just let him bleed out there on the ground. So that is a huge amount of poison that you can inflict on an enemy, especially a boss, when you need to. And same thing for the stun. It's a huge amount of stun for basically free, because if you go for a stun weapon, let's see, do I have a stun weapon? Yeah, you get 18 here, and if you go for a numbing mark, you come up with 43, and then if you use a stun cartridge, where is it? There we go. And so now we're at 81. So this being 72 out the gate here, if you use stun buff, that is incredible. That this is almost way more than using a stun weapon, numbing mark, and a stun cartridge with debuff buildup. So four gifts are just a little bit better than one gift of stun buff. So if you are fighting a boss and you need to do a lot of stun, like a lot of stun very quickly, and you can get yourself focused in the first maybe 2 seconds or 3 seconds of the fight by dodging well or getting hit a lot, this will really boost your stunning abilities against any boss that can take stun. Oliver would have been a good candidate. I wanted to get focused, but it didn't really happen. He just kind of evaporated in front of us there. But not a big deal. We'll be able to have more of this in the future. But these two are kind of underrated in my opinion, because I've not seen them utilized too much in a lot of builds. But they are very powerful, as they add a huge amount of stun ability or venom buff ability to your Revenant. And if you have this active with a venom weapon paired with venom mark and a venom cartridge, if you have all 5 of these active, a venom chrome, the venom buff, debuff buildup, venom mark, and venom cartridge, you can apply 172 venom to an enemy, which basically means that any enemy that you hit once while you're focused will be poisoned immediately. And without venom cartridge, let's see, 172 minus 37, that gives you 135. So you're way above 100, and so that is really good to be able to do that against an enemy if you run out of these. Now, if you're running something like Dark Seeker, where you have blood draining venom and you need to have enemies poisoned quickly and all the time, you can definitely go for something here to get your dex. Let's see, could you get your dex to an S? Dex, and this would be like a dex and willpower maybe. So then I would need 2 more dexes. So I'd have to go for like somatic zeal, and then I could go for another like strengthened dex here or something like that. I could do something like that, and then I could use focus recovery. So I could do something like that and get focused on purpose. But see, then again, we don't have our venom buff from focus. So it would be you could do it in between here, but then you'd have to like switch gifts on the fly or something. But it's unfortunate that you can't get there exactly at the point where you want it to be. So you're just below. That's unfortunate. But I guess you could go for like yeah, I'm not exactly sure. So there would be some things there, but if you're going for it on some just generic builds, like this here with the Queenslayer Halberd, it works out pretty nicely, and it works out pretty well to apply the status effect of choice here against the enemy whenever you need to. And the hard part is, you know, dodging, obviously. So here, like if you don't want if you apply venom so quickly, here you could go for, like I said, you could go for savvy evasion, so you actually get focused faster. And like I guess let's go for these two for whatever reason. So big boy will drop down, and if we do, oh, okay, there we go. Now we're focused, and we'll poke him down, and you can see that he's already oops, he's already poisoned there, so that's nice. And then we can go for a launch attack, and the poison will take him out there. So it's pretty powerful, and especially because it does 3%. So when an enemy is poisoned, they take 3% of their health for 10 seconds. So venom on an enemy does 30% of their health that you don't even need to worry about, and it does it in 10 seconds. So it's actually really, really powerful, because if you can do the other 70% in 10 seconds, then you know, it works out very, very well. But most of the time you're going to be able to do that 70% in just a couple of hits, especially early in the game here. So anyways, this has been a fun one, running warrior, and some oddities here with venom buff and focus carnage, because these are kind of, you know, you don't use these too much, but we're gonna be doing some cool stuff here with halberds. And this is a fun, hard-hitting way to apply status and take advantage of opportunism. You take the opportunity for opportunism. I know Zakayla will like that one. So anyways, thank you all, and we'll see you tomorrow.